Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. We've been live hanging out. So many amazing people in here. Got over 2,300 people to start, and we were waiting for y'all to get in the room. If you missed the full live show, you can always become a member here at the join, or better yet, go to our Patreon. That's really where we want you to support because it gives us, it only takes 5%. YouTube takes 33% of all your favorite YouTubers' revenue. It's ridiculous, Google. It's too much. So thanks to all our amazing supporters. If you join, you get to watch. But let's get to our main topic today, which you clicked on. This was the main topic of today's live, which was that Piers Morgan unloaded yet again on Harry and Meghan. And I'm excited to talk about it. All right, we're going to start and stop it just because I gotta offer commentary. If you'd like to watch it without commentary, just click on over to Piers Morgan's channel and watch it. And then you can watch it without me. But, you know, you're here to hopefully watch it with my commentary, along with all you guys watching in the chat. Here we go. Here is Piers Morgan, an insult. Get out to Harry and Meghan. You ready for this recap? This is going to be good.
The royal family is besieged right now. Our king has cancer. Princess Catherine's recovering from serious abdominal surgery that will keep her away from public duties until at least Easter. The monarchy is unquestionably still finding its footing after the death of the late Queen. But through every crisis, one man has stood firm against the barrage, resolutely maintaining a pretty special gift for making everything all about him. Yes, Prince Harry is back on our screens, and I suspect a lot of people shared my excitement when they heard this.
In moments, the Duke of Sussex will be hurtling headfirst 60 miles an hour down a winding track of...
Now we watch this. It is very strange that he's out there promoting this. I got to be honest. I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes no sense that he's out there trying all these tests himself. But here he was on Good Morning America.
Well, fortunately, Harry emerged unscathed and made it back up the slopes to deliver a heartwarming message of peace and reconciliation. At least that was the plan.
We see it on a day-to-day basis. You know, the strength of the family unit coming together.
Love how they blur out all the Good Morning America lingo.
Process the fact that there's so much happening back with your family.
I have my own family,
right?
So as we all do, yeah. I've got other trips planned.
I have my own family. They're not my family, basically, translation.
That would take me through the UK or back to the UK. So I'll stop in and see my family as much as I can.
Really? Even in a schmaltzy softball interview with American breakfast television, Harry is prickly and defensive, and with good reason. Illness will bring us back together, he says, before immediately clarifying that he's staying on the opposite side of the world because actually he's got plenty of his own things to be getting on with. But rest assured, loyal subjects, he'll still pop in when he feels like it, if he can, time permitting. Later in the same interview, Harry makes a stunning admission that he's now considering becoming an American citizen.
Would you think about becoming a citizen?
I have considered it, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. What would stop you from doing it?
I have no idea.
Yes, he does. Taking his titles away, Piers, I imagine, is about to tell us.
You know what it might be? You have to give up your titles to become a US citizen.
Yep.
I'd say that being a senior member of the British royal family, whose only remaining relevance comes from monetising his ever-weakening royal links, is a pretty obvious barrier. Whether the US authorities would even consider making Harry a citizen after he gloated about his prodigious drug use in his memoir Spare is another issue. And just hours after revealing that he might abandon Britain for good, Harry began his briefings all over again. This time let it be known that, heroically, he's prepared to don his ginger cape and soar back to Britain, fulfilling some of the ailing king's duties while he's treated.
His ginger cape, sorry, I got to react, and that was good, Piers, touche. His ginger cape to help with all the duties.
In a typically irritating millennial missive, Harry has offered a, quote, hybrid working model, the regal equivalent of meeting on Zoom in your underpants.
Prince Harry is keen to be reconciled with his father and has been telling people that he wants a return, that he's happy to step in some sort of temporary royal role.
He's happy to do it, guys. I love how he's pitching this. I'm happy to do it in a temporary role, just like Jon Stewart and The Daily Show. I'll only do Mondays, though, Dad.
While his father's away unwell, obviously the king has cancer. He's away from public duties, but also Princess of Wales is off. She's recovering from abdominal surgery. She's not going to be around until Easter. What I've been told is that Prince Harry is very keen. He's always wanted to have a foot back in the fold. He never really wanted to be all the way out.
All very valiant, Harry, but there's one little problem. Nobody wants you back. 4 years ago, Harry and Meghan abandoned the royal family and the monarchy. and resigned their royal duties to embark on a new life in California. The late Queen was crystal clear at the time. You cannot be half in, half out. If you go, you're gone for good.
You can't be half in, half out. That's always what he's wanted. And now he's trying to do it again with his father sick, his sister-in-law sick, everybody, a lot of sick, and Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess Sarah Ferguson, all the sickness. And now Harry's like, well, you know what? I'll come back. But a little bit. It's literally against the rules of the Queen.
And it seems that the King himself has agreed with that. Harry jetted into the UK immediately after hearing his father's cancer diagnosis. No one can criticise him for that. But he might have been surprised at the less than hearty reception. The King's aides made Harry stay in a hotel.
Now, I didn't know all this. This is amazing. You ready for this? Yeah, he had to stay in a hotel. I mean, good. Good.
He was allowed just one hasty 30-minute meeting at Clarence House, not at Sandringham, where the King flew off on his helicopter to recuperate. Because, you know why? They were kind of worried that they wouldn't get rid of Harry, and also a little bit worried that someone who's committed all the private thoughts of his family to books and podcasts and television interviews in a scathing, derogatory manner might just do it all over again.
100%. And I want to just go back to this headline. It's because I was unaware of this, and I'm glad Piers is bringing it up. I 100% agree with him. If the King wanted to see Harry longer, he would have taken him to Sandringham. Like, hey, we're going to go recoup. Come on up. Hey, come on the plane with me. No, none of that. Piers mentions this as well later. He agrees. But it's like there's no sense to 30 minutes unless the King really didn't want to be there that long. I don't want to get stuck with him. I don't want to tell him too much because it'll get out. And that is so telling. Staying in a hotel, like, not surprised, but it's like, you're not staying with us in the Royals. You're not part of the Royal anywhere. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to give you 30 minutes before I leave to go recoup at the place I'm going to be at for a while. Because I don't want you there, because it's going to be harder for you to exit. So, yeah, you can come on over there. That's it. That's doesn't look good, Harry.
They also knew that the King is a 75-year-old man being treated for a very serious illness and needs time to rest. He doesn't need to be part of the ongoing Sussex psychodrama.
The Sussex psychodrama. Oh, I wish none of us had to be involved in it, Piers. I know you agree, but man, it brings in those views, and we got to tell the truth. So there we are, the Sussex drama.
Now compare and contrast the dignified behaviour of Prince William, who's been taking care of his wife and only just returned to public duties. Last night he attended the BAFTAs and glided around the place with the gravitas and decorum that he always does. No vainglorious narcissism, no attention-seeking, no self-pity. Of course, there was no meeting at all last week between Harry and his brother. Harry's supporters, apparently there are some of them somewhere.
Where are they? Can someone help? Where are these Harry supporters in real life?
Felt that was spiteful. Really? They must have had the recall skills of a goldfish or President Biden. Don't forget.
Ouch. Touche, Piers. The memory of a goldfish or President Biden.
Yeah, but this time last year, the royals were still reeling from Harry and Meghan's Netflix show, which condemned Britain and the monarchy as irredeemably racist and torched the reputations of their closest family members.
It was terrifying to have my brother scream and shout at me and my father say things that just simply weren't true. And
he did this in both the book and then reacted and reiterated it live in an interview. And he wonders why his brother's upset with him.
Grandmother, quietly sit there and sort of take it all in.
Harry went on to maul his own brother in that show and smeared his own father, the king, as a liar. The monarchy was directly accused of destroying two of its own to protect itself. Even the late Queen was appallingly presented as a dupe, manipulated by sinister courtiers in a dark plot to smear the poor Sussexes. As if that 6-hour onslaught of sycophancy and sedition wasn't enough, along came the memoir. Across 416 pages of pure poison, The Prince of Privacy revealed toe-curling details about excruciating and deeply personal disputes with his family, including this about his brother.
Now, this is all factual. I got to give Piers props for this. You can hate Piers all you want. You can be mad at Piers, but yes, the Prince of Privacy. We want privacy. They don't. They're out there exploiting every little secret they can. So I got to say, so far, Team Piers 100% on this one.
He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor. I landed on the dog's bowl, which cracked under my back, the pieces cutting into me.
The pieces of the dog bowl cutting into me. He makes it so sinister. Your brothers fight. Oh my God, you... Shut up, Harry!
Well, we all laughed, of course. But do you think William laughed at that? The man who will be our next monarch would laugh at being ridiculed and mocked in that manner by his own brother? Is it really any wonder that Prince William wants nothing to do with him? The Prince of Wales is now facing up to the massive responsibility that awaits him as Britain's next head of state, but his own brother has gone out of his way to shatter his reputation and that of his wife. Why on earth would he want to reconcile with someone like that?
I'm glad Piers brought that up. And again, sorry, I got out for my commentary. It's true. The whole things that he said with Catherine, the fact that he's reiterating what the hearsay of Meghan and all, it's so offensive. It's so offensive. And Harry has this idea that he's just going to be walk back in. Hey, bro, what's up? Yeah, it's all good, right? No, it's not.
It's been a relentless one-way attack. That was a low point for Harry, but Harry, well, he can always find a way to go lower, digging deeper and deeper until he finds the gutter. He called Camilla, the new queen and the love of his father's life, dangerous and a villain. Reportedly, he refused to even be in the same room as her when he came over on his mercy mission last week. Harry's also boasted about his drug use and losing his virginity. He revealed the number of people he killed in Afghanistan, breaking all normal rules of how the military behave.
I don't really care about what Harry reveals about himself. I don't. That's the only thing I will defend. Whatever. Write your book and talk about yourself. Fine. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I agree it's not what the royals do. I get more bothered by exactly what he said about the now queen, about his brother, about his sister-in-law. It's deplorable what he did.
He spilled details from intensely private conversations with the king, who'd begged him not to make his final years a misery. We don't need to wait for history to judge how he's getting on with that. And as the global media he supposedly loathes gorged on the red meat he'd tossed them, Harry did precisely what any dignified member of Britain's proudest institution would never do. He toured with TV studios with lurid tidbits for clapping seals.
Can you explain how it is that the royal
I gotta be careful. This Colbert is so litigious.
standard got frostnip?
Ugh. Ugh.
We've taken quite a leap
Yes.
from grief and trauma to my Todger.
To my Todger. Ugh. Thinking of his gingered pube Todger is something I never wanted to think about. But thank you, Harry, for getting it out there in everyone's mind. Your frozen gingered pube Todger. Oh,
Todger, that's a very gentle word.
Is it gentle?
Todger.
He did not mean it to be gentle. Chat, UK chat represent. How dirty is the word Todger? I want to hear it.
Sounds like a nice nickname.
Was that befitting of a member of the royal family? Can anyone seriously take Harry seriously?
No, I mean, he's not part of it anymore, to be fair, but exactly why Piers is saying he shouldn't come back in. After he revealed all this, you're out. You're out for good. You gave up the goods. You're now out. Never coming back.
Council of State shouldering the burden of 1,000 years of history as Britain's representative across the world? And Harry and Meghan are not exactly turning down the gas on their flamethrowing. Their client, journalist and professional lickspittle, Omid Scobie, published a book in which he accidentally outed the King and Princess Catherine as racists.
I love how just nonchalant Piers is with all his little names. It's all just part of the script. His lickspittle. It's all, he says it all so matter of fact. Bravo, Piers, on this. You really know how to do the royal coverage.
An implausible, ludicrous claim which unwittingly did more damage to the Sussex racism smear than anything else. And they jetted to Jamaica to attend a movie premiere just as King Charles revealed he'd been treated in hospital.
This is like a greatest hits. Yeah, the Jamaica who was trying to remove themselves from the monarchy.
An enlarged prostate, posing for smiling photographs with a Jamaican Prime Minister who literally wants to abolish the monarchy.
But yeah, no, we're bullying Piers. We're bullying, right, Piers? We are harassing and bullying Meghan and Harry rather than actually calling out all of these steps. How many is it going to take for people to all open up around the world? Wake up! These two are deplorable.
For Harry to now claim he's ready and willing to serve his country and his king is frankly an insult. We all know what this is really about. Netflix is reportedly planning to pull the plug on Harry and Meghan's $100 million deal. Their series caused a lot of media outrage, but didn't even crack the top 200 shows on the platform last year. Spotify cancelled Meghan's dreary podcast. Without their royal links, the brutal reality is that Harry and Meghan are of no interest to anybody. And that's why they're rebranding, yet again, to double down on their dubious royal status. Their previous website, Archewell, inspired by their son Archie,
is now blurring the lines of not-for-profit and profit. As members of the royal family, this is an absolute no, no, no.
now automatically redirects to sussex.com. A glossy picture of the couple dominates the main page, overlaid with a text to the office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The website has nothing to do with king and country or the royal family, and Harry and Meghan have no royal duties to speak of. They never put a shift in. They're brazenly exploiting the institution they simultaneously profit from trashing, and we're all being taken for the ride. The late Queen was right. They can't be half in, half out, and they're out. They sold their royal souls for life as reality stars, trading every private cough and splutter for cash. The king should now return the favour and strip them of their tenuous titles and end this Sussex circus for good.
Well, I got to say, Piers Morgan was pretty on the money with this. If you want to watch a debate he has with his panelists, including one woman who says, I kid you not, that we shouldn't use the word whining because of it affects Harry's mental health. It's ridiculous. This debate's crazy. You can watch the full interview with Piers. We're going to go through it as a member. If you haven't already joined here, do it. But more importantly, do it over on our Patreon. Our Patreon is the best place to support. That's where we get the most support. So if you haven't already, consider joining us there, becoming a member, becoming part of the community. It's amazing. You got a chat over there, and you'll get alerts on the videos and our exclusive lives. And we have a weekly Patreon-only live stream. So I hope to see you guys over there. I appreciate all you guys who've supported. Thank you so much for watching the live show. We got so much more to talk about. So make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned. We're going to go redirect our friends over on the Salty Nerd Podcast. Tell them Andy sent you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be watching Dune 2 tonight. So tune into